Alright, g'day folks. Request came in earlier just to get an update of my UI. I'll create, just get the mic right here. I'll create a link and I'll upload all my warrior auras, which are similar to what I've had on before. So you can always look back on the channel and find stuff. It's mostly the same, but I do tend to move things around. You know, I can't leave it alone. I seem to always be changing it, little bits and pieces and things like that. So I'll create a link and I'll throw it up on that, whatever that thing's called, that website, Wago, whatever the fuck it's called. So just adjust the mic here so you can get it. But I'll do a quick rundown of the UI. So, I mean, I've just sort of created this over years and years and years of playing. You know, every expansion, I seem to start again. Right, like, yeah, I keep the same rough, rough set out. To myself, target of target. My aura's in the middle. I usually keep on this side here. Well, you'll see it in a sec. Toggle anchors. Jesus, that's confusing. Let's not do that. Raid frames. There we go. So that gives a good idea of a raid set out. And I'll just toggle my bigwig anchors as well. I move these a little bit. Info needs to go up a bit. But yeah, that's essentially the way it is. I might actually move that as well and put it up here just to get it out of the way. So, like I said, I'm moving everything around just in the bloody video. But this is basically how the UI looks. I've got all cooldowns, warnings and things in the middle. That's not even straight. I've got my emphasize bars and things. So if I click that off and just do test, there you go. That's when my bars come up in a encounter, so I can see what's coming in. And then the emphasize bars are down here, and that's generally where I'm looking. I have a quick peek up. They're so close together. There's my raid frames. I'm not sure why they're not lower. I think there was a reason that I didn't make them flush with the chat box. Anyway, Elvui, of course, for most of this. My damage meters, I like to see healing and damage done at all times. That's just me. This is details, add-on called details. You'll find all this stuff on Curse, with the exception of Elvui. You got to go to the Elvui website. For boss mods, I'm using bigwigs, not DBM. That's personal choice. You can use whatever you want. So let's just get rid of that. I want, now that I'm doing this, it's reminding me to move my boss frames. That'll be nice. And I gotta change the debuffs and buffs, but I'll do that later. The main one, of course, being weak auras. Now, for my warrior, I have, let's just hide all these for a sec. So with my warrior, I've got, it's a combination. Now, someone made these a long time ago, and I've butchered the hell out of it and changed so many things. There's still a couple of things I don't like about it, but that's the gist. So you've got on the top all of your rotational abilities and things that are coming off cooldown. Basically what you're watching in your rotation. So it's got everything in there, which is pretty tasty. It does the job. Then below that, you've got your rage bar, your GCD bar, just the top of it. This white bar will feel like that's your GCD, which is nice for arms. It's good to know. The other one is rage. And underneath that is probably non-rotational abilities, but cooldowns you kind of need to know about. Yeah, down the underneath there. Then I've got, and this one's going to be a bit crazy, but there's all my procs. So whether they're trinket procs, for Fury, I'm tracking Taste for Blood. I'm tracking unused abilities like the duration of Battle Cry. I'm tracking artifact procs so that I know when things are procking. Things that you'll see it. It's mainly timed abilities and things that are procking, and they grow exponentially. Like up exponentially. They just grow up like that. No general priority. They just grow up as things are procking. It's just nice to see things procking. I got trinket procs in there. Things that are a bit redundant now. I'll clear them out as new trinkets come out, and just replace them with the new trinket procs. What else have we got? I've got my artifact ability. So whatever spec I'm in, I added this later. I probably could put it as part of the package, but that's my artifact ability. Whether it's prot, arms, or fury, it'll show when it's off cooldown. It'll show, the duration on the cooldown, stuff like that. I stole this one only today off of the WeakAura's website, that Wago, whatever it's called. It's Strata Souls and a few other warrior trinkets. Oops. Well, not just warrior trinkets, it's a few trinkets, basically procs and things. I just wanted to draft a souls timer, so I'm gonna mess with this later. I'm gonna change the size of it, maybe put it just above my artifact thing here. But I'll change that, and that's what'll happen there. That's about it. What else do I use? Add-ons. I use, for my cast bars, I'm using quartz. I like quartz cast bars. So that's, bottom one's my cast bar, the other one's my target cast bar. Not a hell of a lot else for the warrior that I use. My combat text is just mixed scrolling battle text. I cut out almost all of the add-on and just leave the bare minimum. Yeah, that's really it. So to see it in action, and I'm not going to make this mistake again like on my other video, I'm going to disable the sound effects so you can actually hear me. This is what it looks like. So you've got combat text on the side, you've got my abilities, so you can see when things are ready to go. And yeah, this is all it is. It does the job. You can see when things are ready to go. I've become very used to it. So yeah, I hope, even if you just take parts of it to suit your own UI, you might improve, your attention and things like that. I use WeakAuras and I use a good UI setup, so I know when things are happening. I don't have to go hunting around my UI to see what's going on. I'm used to looking, on this side for my raid announcements. I'm used to looking bang square in the middle for my rotation abilities. And I probably should have blown some coordinates so you can see. So there's my charge stacks here. Let me just go out and charge again. There it is. That should go grey. Another something I got to fix. But then you've got things like our heal, whatever that thing's called, rage regen, rally cry. There's just ratio, which I don't track that. I can add that to it, I guess. Yeah, it's all there in some form, but yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to do here. I'll upload all the things again. Hopefully I'll sort that out, and yeah, enjoy. Cheers, guys.